Good morning and welcome to Lovington Wildcat Soccer from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and the Z94 KZOR Facebook page. I'm DJ Miracle Levy and Tiff Stuber keeping an eye and ear on things back at One Radio Square. A bit of a delay getting on this morning. There was a cross-country meet going on before this, so they had to clean everything up from the cross-country course to make sure that it was safe for us to hit the soccer pitch. And not sure who won the varsity part of that meet, but the Hobbs team did win the JV portion of the cross-country meet earlier this morning here at Wildcat Stadium, the Wildcat Invitational. So we get ready to get this one underway. It's a battle of the Wildcats today. Our blue and white Lovington Wildcats, 2-4 under head coach Luis Aceves against the Clovis Wildcats, the Purple Cats, who are 5-2 coming in under head coach Greg Trujillo. The Lovington squad has already lost to this Clovis squad twice this season, 2-0 and 3-2 in overtime. So a couple of very close matches between these two squads. And you will excuse my voice today, still a little bit ragged from the exciting 47-44 win last night for the Lovington football team up in Carlsbad. But hey, I will do the absolute best that I can. The Wildcats, the Lovington version, in their home blue kits with the white letters and numbers and the white piping. For the visiting Clovis Wildcats, they are in the road white kits with the purple letters and numbers. So just about ready to get this one underway. When last we saw Lovington earlier this week, of course, they fell to Hobbs 4-1. Clovis is averaging just under 4 goals per game. Lovington averaging just over 1. The Wildcats have got to find, the Lovington version of the Wildcats have got to find some consistent offense. They got some good pressure early in the game on Hobbs this past Thursday, but then Hobbs pretty much just their defense took over, and that let their offense just set up camp inside the Lovington defensive zone, and not a lot you can do when you're giving up 20-some-odd shots. Still in the cage today is Ivan Herrera, who is taking over for Hayden Alexander, who has been a little bit under the weather, a little bit banged up. So here we go, and we are underway from here at Wildcat Stadium in Lovington. Clovis will control as they will move it over onto the far sideline, and you'll have to forgive the camera work. I am running solo today. Don Morgan on assignment, as that one will go side out in front of the Lovington bench, and working with a little bit different camera today, so you must forgive me as I work to keep up with that. And we'll catch those numbers, catch as catch can, and on the inbound header that goes right back into the Lovington bench. So for the Lovington squad, again, get the defense going, play good defense, help your offense, and when you need to send that extra attacker, be sure that you do. Clovis on an attack run, stolen away. Nice job by the Cats and Preciado, who had a good game against Hobbs. They'll feed it back to one of the defenders. And Lovington will start trying to bring it out to Preciado in the midfield. He'll just pop it back, and then coming over to the near side with Michael Nava. Nava will control, and he will move it back. As right now the two teams just working it around. Clovis intercepting the pass with Felix Hernandez. Bounces into the midfield, and the Wildcats will retake control. Trying to move up, find a little room to run is Barunda. Barunda gets it taken away from him, and Clovis will get it back. I'm not sure what I can do about the audio there, guys. We will work on it as best as we can. Again, I am running solo today, so camera, score bug, keeping up with what's going on back at the station. A little bit busy day as that one goes bounding all the way out to the fence. So they'll trot it back in from the far sideline. Just underway here from Wildcat Stadium, a battle of the Wildcats. It'll come up to Barunda on the far sideline. Battles with a Clovis player over there. That is Anthony Quinones, who will find a little soft spot in the middle of the field. He'll take it back up, but then Lovington collapses and will get it away from him. Lovington trying to figure out the best way to get a little offense going. They like to get a breakaway and had a few against Hobbs, but Got to break the defense first. So now controlling will be Julian Salinas, a long cross pitch pass that will go out of bounds, and it'll be Lovington ball side out. 3 minutes gone here in the opening half of the Saturday morning affair. It was originally scheduled for this afternoon, but due to the availability of officials, there is a big shortage of those right now. This game had to be moved to 11:30, getting underway a little bit late. Lovington with a move in on and off the side of the foot. That'll be the first official shot of the game for Barunda, but it is saved by the keeper on the other end, Angel Avila. He'll send one long back down the blue turf. Coming out to corral that one is Herrera, who will then kick it away back to the midfield. The two teams just trying to feel each other out right now. Neither team has really been able to find a hole in the other one's defense as of yet. And now Clovis is going to work on the near side, and that one will come side out, and it'll be Lovington's turn on the offensive end again. Of course, in high school soccer, you play 2 40-minute halves and overtime if necessary. So it'll be Lovington ball side in from the near side. That is Matthew Contreras, but it is immediately stolen away by Clovis, but the whistle sounds as Salinas pushed down Contreras, and it'll be a free kick for Contreras. Contreras will kick it away, and Clovis will control it off of the kick. Clovis trying to find a little room in the middle. Clovis so far no shots on net. Wildcats with one officially. The two teams continue to work in the midfield onto the foot. Pardon me, on the far side. I believe that was Alejandro Mendoza, midfielder and striker. And feeding it forward is Abraham Rodriguez, bouncing ball back deep into the Clovis defensive zone. But Clovis will control and come up with Felix Hernandez. Through the middle, Preciado gets it, tries to find a little soft spot. He will, moves it over to Michael Nava. Nava just going to have to move it back to Preciado as they work the near side. Feed it, get back forward to Nava, who works in against a couple of Clovis defenders, goes towards the back line, sends it into the middle, centering pass, and that one too hard and too hot to handle for Mendoza. And Lovington with a little pressure, but now Clovis steals it away and will bring it safely back out to midfield as the Wildcats move it back in again. The Blue Cats, not the Purple Cats. But now, as soon as I say that, the Purple Cats will control it. As never ready, a long cross-pitch pass to the near side. Clovis attacking the north goal. Lovington attacking the south goal here in the first half. As Hernandez tries to work his way around a couple of Lovington defenders. Moves it into the middle, now moves it back and around. Clovis trying to bring an extra attacker up. Lovington does a nice job stealing that one away with Jose Gomez. So now Lovington back up, 3-on-3 break potential to Barunda, but he tries to pass it back, and it'll be stolen away. But then off the foot of Lovington, getting it into Nava, bouncing over everybody's head. Nava will control it, settle it down at about the 10-yard line, and he'll just send one into the middle as Lovington will come up on it. Preciado off of the knee, and then it'll be out, and it'll be off of Nava. It'll be Clovis ball. 33.5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Of course, in soccer, there is no stoppage. There is stoppage time at the end of the halves. So it'll be Clovis ball there, inbounding it from deep in their own side of things. And on the throw-in over the head of everybody. And it winds up on the foot of Jose Herrera. Feeds it into the middle where the Wildcats, the Lovington version, will take it away. I think I'm just going to call us the Wildcats, and I'm going to call them Clovis. Clovis and the Wildcats battle on the far side. As Barunda gets chopped down, a sandwich between two Clovis players, and whistles sounds. Yeah, I think that's appropriate. They're going to say he pushed, and so it'll be a free kick for Clovis. To kick it away, it'll be Aksha Patel. Patel will send the low line drive down into the Wildcat side of midfield, and then it'll go out off of the head of one of the Wildcats. That's Michael Nava. So Clovis will toss it in at around the 35-yard mark. Well, they're going to give it to Patel, and he'll toss it around the 40, looks like. As Patel will toss it in, the Wildcats get it back and move, try to get it toward midfield. Clovis collapses in and will feed it out. On to the far side, that's Anthony Quinones. Makes a nifty little move to try and escape the pressure. The ball moves through the middle, and nice job by Lovington to come up through the middle. That was Nava to take it away and get Lovington control once again. So the Blue Cats on the move as the two teams just kind of battle around midfield right now. Now Clovis back with it. That's Aldo Herrera. Got a little run, found a seam on the right side. Tries the centering pass, and that one is knocked away by Preciado. A danger zone for the Wildcats as that one saved on the far sideline and then sent back up. So Clovis still looking for their first shot, but they had a beaut of an opportunity right there. Lovington will run it back down the other way. A pass across the pitch gets away and will go out. We're at about 80 degrees, and it's extremely humid today. Thank goodness it is a bit cloudy, or it would be quite miserable today. So our score is still 0-0, 10 minutes in to the first period. The Wildcats and the Wildcats going at it here at Wildcat Stadium. Clovis has got 2 of the 3 in this series so far. Lovington trying to prevent the sweep here this afternoon as we click into the afternoon. Clovis ball in the midfield, controlled by Hernandez. He'll just feed it back to one of his defensemen. That's Patel. Feed it back up towards Hernandez. Lovington comes over and slides, but it'll be kicked out of bounds by Abraham Rodriguez. Who's sending it back down will be Patel, who brings it back up into the midfield. Again, neither team has yet found any real rhythm. And on the throw-in off of the header, Clovis tries to move it into the middle of the field. Lovington will wind up with control. Off of a header to Preciado, sends kind of a squibber through, and it'll wind up on the foot of one of the Clovis players. And then trying to run it back down will be Salinas. Salinas, nice tackle, taken off of it by Peyton Hernandez, who will then feed it forward. Lovington trying to get the break as that one will go down and just bounce softly into the keeper's box. So that one just a little bit hard and off the foot of the Wildcats. So back down into the midfield. Coming over and getting it again is Hernandez. Trying to get it to Nava. Just a little bit off of his reach. Then off of the chest and back to Clovis with Hernandez. Hernandez back to the midfield. And he'll feed it back. Lovington, as that one's going to find his way through. Lovington with an opportunity. 3-on-3 break. Feeding it forward and booted away by Ryan Worley. Lovington will keep it. They bring an extra attacker up. A little push there. Gets the man off the ball as Patel now with it, and will start it back the other way. Moving it back with Salinas from the midfield. And then back, moving it towards Quinones on the right side. Then Lovington will come over and just swat that one into the stands. As Clovis trying to put some offensive pressure on. Clovis still looking for their first shot in this one. 28:40 remaining here in the first half of play. No score yet from here at Wildcat Stadium. As the ball comes back into play. From just to the side of the Lovington bench, Clovis will throw it in. Lovington will intercept it, but goes into the middle of the pitch. And Meshba controls it, trying to find a little room as they'll put a soft little bouncer in. Herrera going to come out and pick it up. Didn't get into the box. I'm not going to credit that as a shot. Lovington will try and start it back the other way to Nava at midfield. He'll go and he'll feed it forward, and that will be a squibber outside the box. Easily handled by Avila for Clovis, who will then kick it away into the midfield. Wildcats battle with it. Peyton Hernandez winds up with it, feeds it back forward. Back and forth, back and forth. Neither team with any sustained pressure thus far. Lovington trying to put that pressure on right now and giving chase as that one comes off the foot of Mendoza and will go out. And it'll be Clovis to throw in from the far side deep in their own end. On the throw in, Lovington will just head it right back out on the far side. I think Clovis will wind up with about 10 yards off of it. Again, I apologize for the shoddy camera work today. I am flying solo, and there's nobody here to unlock my booth, so I'm not in my normal perch. But it's okay. We're on, and that's the important thing. Clovis with a little room coming through and a nice block out as Jose Herrera tried to take a shot, and Lovington will kick that one away. A block, and then out of harm's way. Now the Cats will try and bring it back down the other way with Nava up the far side, or the near sideline, and he gets bodied off the ball by Patel, who will start it back. He'll just kick it, trying to find a man, and it's off of the back of one of the Wildcats. I believe that was Mendoza. And that will stop any Clovis momentum. Is taking it away is Peyton Hernandez. Nice steal for Peyton. And then Patel just kicks it over the Clovis bench on the far side. Thanks for being with us here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and the Z94 KZOR app. We'll have a sub coming into the ballgame for Felix Hernandez. Lovington ball on the throw-in for midfield. Coming in for him, it'll be, looks like Anthony Quinones checking back in. So back with it are the Blue Cats. Lovington trying to find a little space. They've had a couple of runs. Clovis has done a nice job cutting them off. Lovington has done a nice job cutting off Clovis's offensive pressure thus far. As the ball keeps bouncing around in the midfield. We've played a lot of this game in the midfield. Both teams have tightened very good on defense. The Nava, he works against Patel, and then it'll come back out. Then just a little pop-up towards the net. And Clovis will head it off, and it'll head out of bounds in the right side, and last touched by Worley. So Lovington ball, centering pass going towards the net, and that one just popped over the head of Alejandro Mendoza, who will corral it on the far side. Mendoza just going to walk it out, and that one will go out. Should be throw-in for Lovington's. I think Worley might have gotten a chest on it. The Cats look like they're going to bring an extra defender up, an extra attacker with Matthew Contreras. And Contreras actually going to come, pardon me, and throw it in from deep in the Clovis zone. There's a little cloud cover now. Not complaining about that at all. The throw into the middle and headed away by Clovis. Coming out is Hernandez. Is Lovington finally getting a little sustained pressure here? So Hernandez comes near side to Rodriguez. Rodriguez to Nava. Nava then back to Preciado. Preciado feeds it into the middle, but nobody home, and Clovis will just get it out of harm's way. And Tiff, I appreciate that, but there is not a thing in the world I can do about it, kid. I will do what I can do. So a shot towards the goal, and that one will be easily saved by Avila, but that is the third shot for Lovington. Well, the Cats getting a little pressure on, but Clovis so far has been equal to it. 23 minutes to go, first half. Now Clovis going to try and move it on through with Mishba, and he gets it taken away from him at around the 10-yard mark. But then a Lovington player goes down hard. As getting upended was Hernandez. And let's see, it should be free kick Lovington, and it will be. It's back to the middle of the pitch with Quinones. And Nava will take it away. And Cats just back and forth once again, but Clovis trying to put some pressure on right now. And a shot, nice block out there as Verdugo tried to get the boot into it and sends it wide. So still no score in this one. Just FYI, Tiff, I am doing what I can with the audio. So it'll be a corner kick now for Clovis. First corner kick for either one of the teams. So set play time for the Purple Cats and sending that one towards the middle and over the heads of everyone. Somebody may have gotten a head on it. And it'll go out. Yep, looks like one of the Lovington players did get a head on it. So now Irving Mendoza will toss it in from the near side, up around the 30-yard mark. 30-yard for soccer, 20 yards for football. Lovington tries to take it away, but then a nifty little move for Meshbaugh, and he'll send one towards the cage and over it. That'll be the first official shot for Clovis, as they finally get some sustained pressure at about the halfway mark of this first half. 21-20 remaining here in the first half of play. Battle of the Cats here in Lovington today. Clovis in town. Final game of a 3-game set between these opponents. 4A Lovington, 5A Clovis. Of course, Clovis in the same district as Hobbs. That one will come forward onto the foot of Nava. As he works it towards the middle of the pitch, we'll leave it off for Preciado. Preciado runs into some trouble. Now cross court to Gallegos. Cross pitch, I should say, to Gallegos. As Gallegos feeds it back out. Nava thinks about the long shot. Now he'll put a centering pass in. Right to the middle of the pitch. Trying to get it in to Mendoza, who will turn around and bounce one in on the keeper, who makes the save. Fourth shot, though, for Lovington. Haven't had any real quality attempts yet, but you keep trying, you'll get one in eventually. Lovington has managed to get some pretty good pressure. Not real consistent, but it's been more consistent than it was on Thursday against Hobbs. As back comes Clovis the other way. Trying to break through Lovington's pressures. Hernandez will steal that one away to Mendoza on the far side. Then a centering pass will be stolen away by Clovis. As Worley trying to do a little fancy footwork and will just sweep it away. Lovington will come over. Preciado off the bottom of the foot, and Hernandez will wind up with it, and he'll send it back to one of his defensemen. That is Salcido, who then will feed it forward. Back to Nava. Near side, working the right wing. Nava to Rodriguez, back to Nava. As Nava takes it up the sideline, centering pass. Nobody in blue home. And it'll come back out to Clovis, who's going to try and start it the other way with Herrera. Herrera into the middle, winds up back on his foot as he crosses into the Clovis offensive zone. Lovington will take it, and Salcido will just boot it back out into the other end, flipping the field, if you would. And then on the far sideline with Verdugo. Verdugo moves it forward, and now a run. Verdugo taking it in on the right wing, looking for an angle, and it'll go out and through the back line. Maybe a corner kick now for Clovis, their second of the half. More than halfway gone here in this first half of play. It will be a corner kick, so Clovis going to have the set play in front of the net. And it looks like it'll be Quinones jogging up from his defender's position to make that kick. So Quinones from the northeast corner of the pitch will send it into the middle and off for the header, and that one is in as I have Meshbaugh with the goal. It comes at 21:46 of the first. Clovis' second shot and their first goal, and it'll put the Purple Cats up by a score of 1-0. So 1-0, the Clovis Wildcats will take the early lead off of the set play. And Quinones just put that one right in the perfect spot for Meshbaugh, the senior forward, to get the head on it and then to send it right past Herrera in goal. Lovington has had more pressure, but Clovis so far has made the best use of it. They lead this one 1-0. 17:55 remaining here in the first half. To the near side with Salinas as he'll put the centering pass up. And that'll be Herrera. Herrera off of his foot. Back to one of his teammates. Back to Salinas. And then back to Quinones as Quinones will send a long one in from about 30 yards out and off of the head and in. Another header into the goal as Clovis will take the 2-0 lead. Turn around, young man, so I can get your number, please. That will be number 7. That's Nesbaugh again, and he gets this one at the 22:31 mark of the first. His second goal on his third shot. 3 shots for Clovis, and 2 of them have found the back of the net. So back to it as Lovington will kick it off, and now they control, but now trailing 2-0. 17:14 remaining, first half. As Clovis will steal it away. But Lovington will take it right back. Good move there for Rodriguez. Bounce into Patel, and that one will come over and out. Side out on their side. In the midfield for the Cats. And tossing it in is Contreras. And then feeding it forward, trying to get Preciado. Preciado and Nava splits them. And Patel will find it. So Clovis can start coming back the other way. As Salinas, the centering pass. Clovis works it around. That'll be Herrera. Herrera to the far sideline. Then a little pass that sneaks past everybody. And just booting that one out of the way, Josue Gomez. So Clovis will have another throw in from deep inside the Lovington defensive zone. 2-0 in favor of the Purple Cats from Clovis. As they look to add to it. They do have some firepower. They're averaging just under 4 goals per game. As off the throw in, that one will be booted back out towards the midfield by Lovington and will go out. So it'll be Clovis ball on the throw in. And then out again, and that one off of the Wildcats once again. So another Clovis throw in, and Gonzalez boots that one away. Back out towards the midfield, the Clovis will control. Now Lovington with a chance at a 3-on-2 break, but Nava not able to get around Salinas. So now it will come back over. Lovington will try and reset with Rodriguez. Bouncer forward and then knocked away by Patel. And into the stands on the near side. With 15 minutes to go, throw in for the Cats and Rodriguez. As Rodriguez looks for somebody, and he'll just toss it back to Preciado. Immediate pressure on Preciado. As Rodriguez gets it, he and Preciado working forward, tries the centering pass, but it'll be stolen away by Clovis. So Clovis going to start back through the other way with Navarrete, but he gets his pocket picked by Hernandez. Hernandez takes it from the right to the left, and then will send a bouncing ball down towards Perez. Perez on the run, far side, centering pass, and that one bounces into the goalie box and into the waiting arms of Avila. So Clovis will bring it back down. Avila will get it out of his cage. Clovis with Patel. We'll just kind of throw a little sidewinder to Quinones near side, and the ball will go out. And last touched by Lovington. Gallegos thought it had come off Quinones, but the men in bright yellow with the flags disagreed. As Patel will throw in for Clovis. Lovington boots it deep into the Clovis side off the chest of Worley. He'll settle it down for the Purple Cats. And over to the far sideline with Herrera. And Clovis going to try and move it back through, and this could be a break. On the run, Clovis coming down. Lovington trying to hold it up and doing a nice job of it. Getting in the way of that one was Salcio. Whistle sounds as once again Mesbah had a good run at it. His fourth shot of the match. That one goes just wide of the cage. Nice job by Salcido down to keep Mesbah from just having a complete free look at that one. On the free kick back in. Lovington trying to control. 13 minutes to go, first half. Alejandro Mendoza loses it. And Clovis on the run again. Clovis has picked up the pressure after about 10 minutes of that first. So inside, looking at it is Herrera. Nice shot in and a nice save by Peyton Hernandez. So Hernandez, his second save. Clovis with another shot on goal. Their sixth now. This one by Herrera. And it'll be side out, and Clovis will control. 12 and a half minutes remaining in the first. Sorry, let me get the score bug corrected there. There we go. And a bouncer and off the back line. Herrera will set it down. And the Cats will send it away with Salcido off of the head, and it'll wind up off the foot of Lovington. Is Gallegos looking for a little room. Feeds it forward, Nava in the right wing. Nava not able to pull the trigger as Patel on him very tight, then a hip check and out. So it'll be a throw-in for Lovington. Not a corner kick. They'll have it right next to the corner box. Just a little slow kick in, and that one is going to come back out and wind up on the foot of Nava. Nava looking for a little room, but not able to get it around Quinones and out. So Lovington will try again with Josue Gomez. Gomez, a freshman defender. On the throw-in. Well, he'll toss it towards the back line, and it'll go out off of Clovis. And they're going to say Lovington touches it last, so Clovis will get it back. 11 minutes remaining in the first, 2-0 in favor of the Clovis version of the Wildcats. And now kicking it away will be Avila. As he'll boot it forward into the midfield. Peyton Hernandez takes it, going to the far side with Mendoza. He loses it, and then Clovis will feed it forward. They save it before it can go out. A long pass down the pitch, and coming well out of the cage to just settle that one in is Herrera. And then kicks it to the near side off of the foot of Rodriguez. And then bouncing back over, a spin move and a collision between Contreras and Mesbah. Last off Mesbah, it's a Lovington ball. Off the bounce, it'll be Nava. Trying to get the run down the right corner. Takes it, nifty little ankle breaker. But Clovis collapses back in, not able to put a centering pass, then gets tackled off of the ball. And Clovis will take it back and try and clear it. They will back out to midfield, where Hernandez will take it, and then Clovis just boots it in a harm's way. But going to try and get a bouncing ball breakaway off the back of Salcido. Now Clovis is smelling a little blood. They are picking up the pressure as they decide, start sending an extra attacker up, but then Lovington will get it back to the midfield, where Nava will try and settle things down. Nava to Rodriguez. 9.5 to go, plus stoppage here in the first. Nava forward to Gomez. Gomez losing it to Patel, who's played well on defense for Clovis, and then go off. I thought it hit the back of Patel, but they're going to say it was off of Gomez. So back to Clovis with 9 minutes remaining in the first. Is the Purple Wildcats. We'll throw it in with Patel and into a little soft spot. Lovington goes out, but it'll be Lovington ball. As putting the boot on that one is Inamorato, who just checked in. Lovington ball, moving it forward to Mendoza. Mendoza off of the toe, and it'll go out, and Mendoza touching it last, so it'll become Clovis ball. As Clovis off the throw-in, Lovington will just kick it back deep into the Clovis zone over the head of everybody. Giving chase is Rodriguez on the far side against Hernandez, and then the ball goes out. And it'll be the Lovington ball as it was last touched by Hernandez. It's great to have you with us on this Saturday afternoon here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, Z94 KZOR Facebook page. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us. 2-0 in favor of the Clovis Wildcats as Clovis tries to feed it in, but nobody home, and just swatting it out is Contreras, trying to get it to safety. So now Hernandez looking for some room to run, and he is creamed from behind by Quinones. That ought to be a free kick, and Lovington should be able to set up something towards the net from only 25 yards out with Peyton Hernandez, the junior defenseman. He had some room to run, and the only thing Quinones could do to keep him from getting a free run at the net was just push him from behind. So it'll be a set play now off the foot of Hernandez, who's had a couple shots on goal. And he'll put that one in a bender that is tipped and out as Angel Avila with another save gets that one out. But a good opportunity there for the Lovington Wildcats. 6:45 remaining here in the first. So Avila to send it in after Lovington's 6th shot on goal. They've yet to find the back of the net, trailing 2-0. Out to the center of the pitch and then forward to Mendoza. Bounces around. Clovis just going to swat it forward. A little bit hard on the pass. Lovington will take it back over with Mendoza. Mendoza from the 20-yard mark. A bouncer in, that one is saved by Avila. Mendoza's 2nd shot on goal, 7th overall for Lovington. The Wildcat faithful exhorting the Blue Cats to pick it up. That one goes bouncing around. Of course, this game was originally scheduled for 3 o'clock this afternoon, but due to official availability, it was moved to 11:30. Started a little late because of the cross-country meet earlier. So deep in the Lovington end of things, Clovis trying to find a little more room to run. Lovington's defense trying to take it away from him. Clovis with it sends a centering pass in, and just off of the foot of McGreb and out on the far sideline. Dangerous, dangerous time there. Nice job inside by Contreras. He got in front of, that's Messball. He's already got 2 goals, both tallies. So Lovington will have the free kick in with 5:13 remaining here in the first half. And Contreras will send the line driver on through. The two teams just volley back and forth, waiting for control. Salcido sends a pop fly. Still working in the midfield is. Now we'll have a hip check thrown by one of the Clovis players. It's Patel, I believe. Actually, that's Mendoza. So it'll be a free kick from the midfield for Lovington. Sending it high towards the net, through and traffic, and ball loose, and finally Avila will control it. If you're Lovington, at some point you've just got to start finding to do and doing what you can do to get something on net. We've got a Wildcats slow to get up. There was a lot of bodies crashing in there at the football field goal line. And up and not feeling too good is Gallegos. He's up though, he's alright. No soccer flop as he is being very ginger on that leg. Lovington in essence playing a man down now as a whistle sounds. we'll have a minor penalty, a minor foul called. So Lovington ball from the 40-yard mark, 60 yards out, 70 yards out, I should say, from the Clovis goal. So finds a little soft spot, but Clovis will fill the hole. Lovington tries to get back to it. Clovis gets the bouncer that comes through, and then Lovington just going to send a heave-ho across the pitch and out. So Clovis going to have a chance to move in and kind of set things up as they look to build on a 2-0 lead with about 2:45 remaining here in the first. 2:45 plus stoppage time. Be Aldo Herrera to throw it in. Getting a little time now. So Herrera tosses it in towards Lovington. Lovington's defenders try and move it away, but Clovis will take it. That's Messbaugh looking for a little room. Lovington puts 2 defenders on him. He'll have to send it over to the far side to Quinones, who sends the bouncer over towards Hernandez in the far side. It'll go out and off of Lovington. Nope, it'll go out off of Hernandez. That's what I thought. And so out, though. So back to Clovis. Lovington with it. Clovis looking on the attack. As Lovington will lift it into the midfield. Preciado moves it. Or that's Mendoza, pardon me. Mendoza sends it. Bouncer towards net, and that one will be stopped. 8th shot for Lovington. As we are at the 2-minute mark here of the first. Avia back towards middle of the field. And all the way down and out. So to Lovington. Is having to give a big chase to that one as Rodriguez as it hits the track and goes almost back towards the training center. So it'll be Wildcat throw in near sideline. As it finds its way through onto the foot of Salinas for Clovis. But Lovington will take it right back with Hernandez. Hernandez working right to left. Will send the ball onto the far side. Lovington will get it before it goes out. Clovis gets to it quickly to defend. Back into the middle to Hernandez. And then they'll swipe it over, looking for a little room to move. Is Gomez, and towards the net, bouncing ball, and somehow saved by Avila. Lovington with a golden opportunity right there, but a whale of a save for Angel Avila. Always give credit where credit is due, and that one was pretty as Mendoza stymied once again as he had a point-blank shot. It kind of hung up in the turf just a little bit and gave Avila a chance to get to it before it could go through. We've got about 30 seconds remaining here in regular time. There will be a little bit of stoppage time, I would bet, before halftime. Clovis with the 2-0 lead. In the middle of the pitch, and a whistle sounds as we have a collision at midfield. And that should, they're going to say one more center. Is that going to be it? Yep, that'll be it for the first half of play. And after one half, it is Clovis 2, Lovington nothing. Lovington putting 8 shots on goal. I'm sorry, not 8. There is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shots on goal. I missed 2. Clovis only with 6 shots on, but 2 of them found the back of the net, both of them from Ehab Messbaugh. One of them coming at the 21:46 mark, the other not much later at the 22:31 mark. Less than a minute later, Messbaugh found the back of the net twice. So Lovington going to have to regroup and see if they can shut down the Purple Cats attack. We'll take a timeout, come back, and continue with the second half. Wildcat soccer continues here in just a little while. And welcome back to Lovington Wildcats Soccer from Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. As we get ready to start the second half, Clovis leading Lovington 2-0. I'm TJ Miracle flying solo today. Thanks for being with us wherever you are on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and also on the Z94 KZOR Facebook page. So we flip ends of the pitch and ready to go, and it will be Lovington ball to start the second half, trailing by 2. Lovington has got to find a way to pull in some sustained pressure. They had more shots than Clovis in the first half. They had 10 shots, but none of them were particularly good looks. So they need to pick the intensity up and see if they can find some better shots. A lot of times they kind of hesitated on some of their shots, and it gave Clovis a chance to contest, and that really kind of changed the complexion of things. Clovis didn't have just a whole lot of sustained pressure in that first half. They had 6 shots in the first half, but 2 of them found the back of the net from Messbaugh. And now Lovington going to try and work its way through as the Blue Cats looking for some room. Splitting 2 defenders, and then a long shot put in and up and off to the side. Dylan Gallegos, that one got tipped by Avia as Gallegos taking the 30-yarder and hitting it hard and putting it on net, but just off. And Avia with a chance to get to it and get a hand on it. So 11th shot now for Lovington. That's probably the best one they've had, and they will have a corner kick. Avia got the hand on that one, so a chance at the set play. And towards the middle and bouncing through and up and in as the Wildcats will put it in the back of the net like the lamp. Daniel Alcaraz on the set play will score this one at 1 minute and 20 seconds of the second half, and Lovington is on the board and has cut it down to a 1-point Clovis advantage. So off of the corner kick, the header in for Alcaraz, the sophomore defensive player and midfielder. Now come back to Clovis as Lovington strikes early on the first really good penetration and pressure that they have had of this match. So now Clovis going to try and get that tally back up as it wipes the goose egg off the board for Lovington. And a slide and out. It's Alcido, senior defenseman, puts that one out. Will force Clovis to reset. 2 minutes gone here in the second half. Inside, as battling for it is Salinas. Salinas and Barunda going at it. Lovington will control it. Mendoza tries the pass. It gets taken away by Clovis. Salinas coming to the near side. Centering pass, bounces around. Lovington takes it back. Hernandez takes it away and then feeds it too far out. It'll go out. So he was trying to get Daniel Gallegos coming on the near side. But goes out. It'll go back to Clovis. 2-1 now the score. As Lovington, with good early pressure here in the second half, off of the corner kick, Daniel Alcaraz off of his head, puts it in the back of the net. So Clovis on the throw-in. And it'll go out. It'll stay Purple Cat ball as Salinas. He'll hand it off to Verdugo. We're actually going to have a free kick, looks like. I didn't see the minor called, but they do. I'm sending that one to the middle of the field and right to Lovington with Gallegos. Gallegos, a little hesitation, stutter step, feeds one down. Lovington gets to it, and then a trip up, and no call. Lovington trying to get the breakaway. And Gallegos will send one to the wide right of the net. But so he had a lane and took the shot. Don't mind that call and that thinking at all. You've got to send them on goal when you've got a good look at them. So Villa will have the free kick out. Zavia just going to send a little one over to the near side with Quinones. We'll send it back to the midfield, then off of the heel of one of the Wildcat players. One of the Lovington Wildcat players. To Hernandez into the middle of the field with Preciado. Send a slow roller in that's going to be booted away by one of Clovis's defenders. I believe that was Patel. Lovington will immediately send it right back in. Sending it on goal, and from the bad angle on the left side, stopped by Avila. And putting another shot in was Mendoza, his 5th shot of the match. Lovington has had some good looks this time coming. Bouncing towards the center of the field. Lovington with it as that one will be out of the considerable reach of Gallegos, who has good speed. And we'll go back to Clovis deep in their own end. As Clovis works it in, Hernandez loses it. Into Salinas. Lovington will retake it. With Gallegos, a long cross pitch pass. Patel will wind up taking before it goes out. And they're going to say Lovington touched it last, so it'll be Clovis on the throw-in. 5.5 minutes gone here in the second half. 2-1 Clovis in the lead. Lovington trying to fight back from a 2-0 deficit. They got the first one back a minute 20 into the half. Now Clovis going to try and move it into the midfield and take some of the pressure off. They've got a little bit of room, but coming up and just swatting that one away, Salcido. Back to Barunda, who works with Preciado. And comes back out to the Cats. Hernandez looking near side, finding Zigala, who's seeing some more time now. Zigala, senior defenseman, back towards the middle of the field, and nice sliding kick there from Salcido. And Clovis will control. Is that one going to get away from Salinas? Clovis going to take it backwards to try and reset things. Patel bouncer over onto the far side. Hernandez can't get to it before it goes out. And it'll be a throw-in for Lovington. 33 minutes remaining in regulation. Lovington trails 2-1. Far side with Preciado. To Mendoza. Mendoza sending one over towards Gallegos. Gallegos puts it in the back of the net. Light the lamp! As Dylan Gallegos on his second shot of the afternoon puts it in at the 7:01 mark of the second, and we are all knotted up at 2 apiece. Mendoza with the fantastic assist, put it right on the foot of Gallegos, who hammers it past Avila. And now 15 shots for Lovington, and 2 of them have found the back of the cage. And we are starting over. We are all knotted up at 2 apiece. Would you expect anything else? As Lovington will steal it away. That's Mendoza. Comes in on the right wing. Gets bodied off the ball. No call, no whistle. As Lovington showing some signs of life now. Here in the early goings of the second half, they've scored 2 quick goals within 6 minutes. Clovis got theirs within just a couple. But they're putting the extra attacker up, and that is good. Moving through, looking for some room. Sending a slow roller off the side of the foot is Ronnie, or pardon me, wrong sheet, Michael Nava. Went wide, so no shot officially. It'll go out. But they're going to say that somebody from Clovis got a foot on it, so it'll be a corner kick for the Wildcats. They got their first goal on a corner kick from the other side. And they will send it towards the middle and off the head of one of the Clovis Cats. It'll come back out. Lovington's defense will take it over to the near sideline. And then sending a high centering pass. Then off the head into the middle. Collision in the middle. Lovington trying to wait. Looking for it to come through. Preciado with it and is swatted away by Patel, who will send it safely out on the far side of the pitch. But Lovington now putting on the intense and the extreme pressure. So on the inbound. A long one into the middle. That one going to squeak through everybody, but somebody from Clovis got a body part on it and managed to get it out from in front of the net. Now they're going to try and bring it back down the other way. Lovington and Hernandez just outrunning Navarrete and then taking it away from him right in front of my booth. To Gallegos. Little toe drag. And then a long cross pitch pass. Dribbling around is Nava, is Lovington. Going to reset. Now on to Mendoza, up around the 20-yard mark. Comes through. Mendoza may have a look. He'll send it high towards the back of the net. Was trying to get Gallegos flashing up the left wing, but just a little bit out of his reach. But Lovington is finally showing some signs of life. We hit the 10-minute mark of this second half. Avila back in and into the midfield. Little body bump there on Gomez. Sorry, again, I'll try and keep up a little better with the camera. Navarrete to the near side with Quinones, but almost taken away, and it will be taken away by Gallegos. He'll send the bouncer. He works against Navarrete from the far left corner and then sent out by Clovis. Should be Lovington throw-in with Hernandez. Hernandez going to bring one of his blue-clad teammates over. And for the throw-in, it'll be Matthew Contreras. Contreras, the junior for these Cats, junior defenseman. Hernandez. Cross pitch pass. And yes, that is a bit of a tongue twister. But Clovis will take it away, and they'll start. They've got a potential breakaway here on the run, kicking it through, and coming out is Herrera, and he collides with one of the Clovis defenders, and they are going to call Herrera on a penalty as the breakaway for Clovis. They do have an injury timeout. And we will have a free kick from the 15-yard line, which is the 25-yard mark on the pitch. But right now in an injury timeout, as the Clovis player had a big break, that was Jose Herrera, who had a break, and coming out and being very aggressive out of the cage was Herrera. And he and Herrera had a big collision at about the 10, 15-yard line. And so he is down and hurt. They have stopped the clock with 28:42. Coach Greg Trujillo going to come out and check his charge as Lovington sending the training staff out too. So will it be just a free kick or a penalty kick? That'll be the question. But Lovington has tied this one up at 2-2. Again, I apologize about the failing audio this afternoon. We are aware of the problem and are going to work to get that corrected. Nothing we can do about that on site. It's hardware related, unfortunately. We will have that fixed before our next Lovington broadcasts. Two all our score. Understand that maybe the video is being slightly affected too by our equipment failing. Again, nothing you can do about it. You can check it and it all works fine. Then all of a sudden it just decides it doesn't want to work. But a big thanks to all of our great sponsors. You see them there at the bottom of the screen, making it possible for us to bring you Wildcat Athletics absolutely free of charge. We don't charge you. We don't ask for donations. Proud to do it. We do it because of those folks you see there at the bottom of your screen. So we will have the potential PK, and it is up and no good off of the foot of Mesbah. And up and over everything as we get back to play. All tied up at 2 apiece. First half really belonged to Clovis. The second half has been all Lovington. And on the free kick in, down into the midfield. Patel takes it off the chest, then off the foot. Then Clovis trying to find a little room to run down the near side, and we'll have a bounce out, and it will be off of Salinas as he and Herrera fighting with each other. Not fighting, but you know what I mean. So Clovis trying to put on a little sustained pressure. Lovington does a nice job collapsing in the defense on Hernandez, who will send it through, and then a whistle, and we will have a minor foul called and free kick for Clovis. All knotted up at 2 apiece. Of course, the last time these two teams met, it took overtime to decide it. Clovis winning that matchup 3-2. They'll mark the ball at about the 18-yard line on the football pitch, so 28 yards out. And the free kick in, it'll be blocked by Lovington, and it'll bounce out of the back of the end zone. And it will be a corner kick for Clovis from the far side. So Clovis to send it in. It was a corner kick that put Lovington on the board initially, as that one comes in, bends in, and off the head and just wide. As Herrera got the head on it, but sent it just wide of Herrera. And so Lovington dodging a bit of a bullet there. So the Cats will put it back in play. As Hernandez to the far side. Now trying to get it into the middle of the pitch with Preciado. Preciado finding Mendoza. Then Mendoza bringing it all the way back across with Gallegos. Gallegos will bump it just before it goes out, saves it. But then will lose it to Navarrete, who sends it off of the official. Ding dong. We actually saw one last night where a pass bounced off the official and into the hands of a waiting receiver. Of course, when that happens here, they just stop play and give it to one of the teams. And on the throw-in, finds its way through and eventually onto the boot of Herrera. He'll send it across to Gomez, who sends it into the middle for Preciado. Preciado, just a weak little slide, trying to get Gallegos near side. It'll be taken away by Salinas. And then Salcido boots it out of harm's way, and it'll go out off of Hernandez on the far side. 24:50 remaining in regulation. As Lovington trying to get back in the win column. There you have this one knotted up at 2 apiece. It just took them a little while to get warmed up. And it will be a free ball for Lovington. Sending it towards the net and into a wall of white-clad defenders. As Mesbah takes it up the far sideline. Drags the toe, working against 3 Cats, and it'll go out. And should be, I'm thinking, Clovis ball. It will be. We'll have a sub coming in for Clovis. As checking out is Verdugo. We'll check and see who went in. 23:40 remaining in regulation, all tied at 2. First half all Clovis, second half so far been all Lovington. And on the throw-in, bodied around, and Lovington trying to find a way to break it up, and a nice little pass. They will get that onto the foot of Mendoza. Mendoza then into the middle of the pitch, but taken away by Clovis. As the Purple Cats move it to the far sideline, they battle. Mendoza will take it back. Jumps over an attempted slide tackle, and the ball goes out. It'll be Lovington ball, as Josue Gomez will throw it in, and does, and then that one will just go bouncing around the north end off of a Clovis player. So Lovington going to have another throw in, this time deep in Clovis territory, with 22.5 minutes remaining in regulation plus stoppage time. Usually don't do much stoppage. So Lovington to toss it in. Throwing it towards the goal, and Clovis will just head it out back towards the midfield, trying to get it out of harm's way. As the Purple Cats, the Clovis version, have not gotten a lot of sustained pressure here in the second half. They didn't have a whole lot in the first half, but what they got, they made the most of. Matter of fact, Clovis only 2 shots thus far through the first half of this second half. Back out towards midfield. Lovington keeping the intensity up, trying to, as Gallegos down the near sideline. Boots it forward, tries to get around one of the Clovis players. That is Benjamin, who's just checked in. And it'll go out. Lovington throw in near side. And coming up for the throw-in will be Contreras, 5'11" junior. It'll be a throw-in or will be a corner kick? Yeah, it'll just be a throw-in. Over from that far corner, he starts out all the way on the track and then runs in, tosses it towards the net and over all of the blue-clad Cats. And Clovis will bring it back out with Mesbaugh, who feeds it across the pitch and then dribbling it up. Clovis trying to bring it back up, but Lovington will take it away. Nice job by Hernandez on the far side. Goes forward, and a Clovis player goes down. And they will say it'll be Clovis ball on I think we do have a foul. No penalty, but I think we do have a foul. As another Clovis player is down and not feeling well, helped up by his teammates. Going to try and walk that one off. It was a pretty good collision over there. I don't think we've got any soccer flopping going on. And so they're pointing. I think they're going to go check. Maybe we got some blood. I don't know. Well, the official's going to go over and talk to Coach Trujillo about something as Mesbaugh trots off the pitch. I didn't see the yellow card come out. Coach Trujillo's barking pretty good. And Mesbaugh will come out. He'll go back behind the bench. I'm not sure exactly what's going on out there. I do know the ball is at about the 30-yard mark for a free kick for Clovis after the minor foul. I think maybe they did yellow card Mesbaugh. So he comes out temporarily. So I think maybe something was said after the collision down there. Had to have been. So he'll get to sit for a little while. And he has been Clovis's offensive firepower this afternoon. Clock is stopped with 20:13 remaining, so still half of the half to go. As we click past 1 o'clock here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel at HobbsAmerica.com. And on the free kick in, goes over to the far side and will go out. Will be Clovis ball. As just watching that one go was Felix Hernandez. Clovis only 2 shots through the first 20 minutes of this half. We'll have some subs coming in for the Clovis version of the Wildcats. That one going to get over the head. Is trying to find a little room to run, working through, feeding it towards the middle. Clovis works it through, and a hard shot off of a bounce and off the side of the foot and out. Clovis missing a great opportunity right there. Pardon me. Again, I apologize if my voice is not 100% today. And so it'll come back in. As Clovis now putting on some sustained attack, trying to get it into the middle of the pitch. He's working, moving around is Navarrete. Tries to split 2 Wildcats and does. Has an opportunity from a wide angle and can't slide it in, and the stop going to be made. Navarrete, his second shot of the half. 10th shot of the match for Clovis. And now Clovis will take it away on the throw-in as the 2 10s go at each other. As Gallegos going to wind up getting the better of that one to Sigala. Sigala turns around and just puts the ball into empty space. As Preciado going to come over and get it, but then it'll be swatted out and saved by Quinones, or pardon me, that's Verdugo back in. And then a whistle. So Clovis starting to put the pressure on. And we are going to have a free ball. Or is it just a throw-in? Yeah, it'll just be a throw-in. I didn't see a foul, didn't see a penalty. They're trying to decide who's going to. Yeah, we will have a foul, so they'll go set up in front of the cage. It'll be a set play. And that is Irving Mendoza, the freshman midfielder, on the free ball, and he'll send that one towards the net. Lovington crashes everybody back and will put it out of harm's way. Preciado to Mendoza. And then Mendoza, for them, will send it bouncing back and out of the back, off the back line. It's a Lovington ball. 17-19 remaining in regulation. And are they going to say? Yeah, they're going to say Lovington got a piece of it. So it'll be Clovis with a corner kick from the southeast corner. So very dangerous times. Clovis is moving people out a little bit further from the cage than we've seen on their previous corner kicks. And sending it in towards the middle and swatted up and out of harm's way by Herrera. And then back towards midfield with the Wildcats. Trying to bend it like Beckham to get it in was Mendoza on that far side. So now Lovington on the run. 2-on-2 break from the right wing. Mendoza looks towards the middle. Back to Nava. Nava to Preciado, back to Nava. As Nava feeds it in, then a bouncer into the middle. Mendoza, turnaround kick and saved by Avila. Mendoza's 6th shot. Lovington worked that one in. A beautiful set of work, but can't find the back of the net. And Avila with another save. But a golden opportunity for Lovington. As Avila will send that one back down. Coming over and bouncing that one out is Sigala. So Lovington with good pressure right there, coming up the wing with Nava, then finding Mendoza, and he found himself temporarily with just a little bit of breathing room and did not hesitate to take the shot. Now it'll be Benjamin to throw it in from the near sideline, and it'll go out, and it'll stay Clovis possession. 15.5 minutes remaining in regulation, all tied at 2 apiece. So Benjamin to throw it in once again. Looking towards the net. And he'll toss it and just try and hold it on the sideline. Headed by the Wildcats, then back towards Benjamin. Puts it off the side of the foot. The two teams just trade a volley, basically. Oh, into the middle. Now Lovington going to pop it forward. Trying to get Matthew Nava, who's into the game now. And we'll have a slide tackle. But it does not get Mendoza off the ball. Or pardon me, that's Salinas off the ball. Oh, into the middle. Now putting some pressure on in the Lovington defensive zone. Out. As Hernandez will swat that one out. And Benjamin to toss it in again. Well, nope, he'll bounce it out and leave it for one of his teammates this time. That's Herrera. So Herrera bouncing it like a basketball and then tossing it in towards the cage. No white jerseys in the neighborhood, just blue ones. Is Clovis working the left side of the pitch, trying to get something going on that wing over there. Lovington, good job defensively. Then toss it out. Nava on the run. Ball gets cut off, and Clovis will send it back the other way as they work the far sideline. Bouncing ball. Down the other way and through. Gallegos looking for a little room. Middle of the pitch. Throws it through, but off of the back of one of the Wildcat players from Clovis. As Benjamin will send it back out. To Enamorado. And then back to Benjamin once again. He'll slide that one over to the far side in front of the Lovington bench. And then out and through. Now Clovis trying to get some pressure put on. Coming up the near side. Good job defensively there by Contreras just to swat it away. Slow down the rush by the Clovis Cats. So Herrera on the throw-in from the near side. Clock continues to move with 12 minutes remaining in regulation. Oh, Herrera looks, tosses it towards the middle, and a bouncer that Herrera comes out of the cage and gets. Had a little conversation with one of his defensemen back there. Got to make sure you know in the situation exactly whose ball it is. And on the free kick, comes back into play at midfield to Preciado. He takes it up the far right corner, right side. Player on him tight is Patel. Lovington going to look to see if they can get something. Now out to the wing, then to the left wing, trying to get Gallegos right at the back line. Saves it in, and he'll kick it back out. Moving forward, that's Segala. To Hernandez. Hernandez moves around a Clovis player and will send it in, and that one is off the hands of Avilla and then off the crossbar. Peyton Hernandez, though, had a look, hammered that one towards the net, and just Avilla gets just a hand on it and hits it up on the crossbar and over. So now it'll be a throw-in, actually a corner kick for Lovington. Corner kick got them their first one. It was from the opposite corner. Let's see what they can do with this one. From the corner as that one sails in front, and leaping up and getting ahead on it was Clovis. In back out towards the midfield. Hernandez kind of ooped that one off the knee and lets Clovis send it out back towards midfield. Thanks for being with us this afternoon on the Z94 KZOR Facebook page, HobbsAmerica.com, and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Zagala throws it in, but Benjamin lines up with it, and then we'll have, they wanted a penalty, or a foul, not going to get it. As Clovis will bring it back down with Mesbah, who's back in after being yellow carded earlier. Mesbah, he goes down hard. And the ball goes out. And they will say throw in Clovis, or are they going to say free kick? Are they going to say a foul? Things, I think, getting a little bit physical out there as we click under the 10-minute mark remaining in regulation, all knotted at 2. As the JV squads come out to start warming up, they will play following this game. And it will be a free kick for Clovis. As I think that is Patel to kick it from the 10-yard mark, and he'll send it in and high and over the top and out. That is just the 12th shot of the match for Clovis. And they have yet to find the back of the net here in the second half. Lovington has twice. Bouncing ball, far side. Lovington with a 2-on-1 break. Coming up the far sideline, looking, centering pass, and out of the reach of Nava, who will corral it and settle it back down to Gallegos. Gallegos sends a weak one on towards Avila. But we had a whistle away before that shot. So there will be a foul called as we'll have sub come in for Benjamin. And Lovington had the 2-on-1 break right there and just sent it a little bit too far for Nava to be able to handle. On the kick in as that one will go bouncing around and out. Coach Aceves collects it. And it'll be throw in Lovington. They'd like to win this one in regulation if they could, and then it'll go out. Just a little oopsie miscue right in front of the Lovington bench. So over to Clovis, and we'll have a whistle, handball. And we'll have a foul called, and so it'll be a free kick for Clovis from the 50-yard spot, 40-yard line on the football field. 7.5 remaining in regulation. As they will send it in towards the middle. Lovington hopping up, heading it around. Still off the head. Comes near side, and oops, just a little bit of a miscue and a misplay, and it'll go out. And last touch by Segala. As he was battling with Mesbah, who has both of Clovis's tallies in this one. They're going to be looking to find him a little space as Herrera to inbound it for Clovis. Clovis tosses it in towards Mesbah. That one gets through, bounces around, and it'll wind up in the hands of Herrera. And Mesbah with another shot. The 6-foot senior has got both of Clovis's tallies. 6.5 remaining in regulation. Clovis trying to gather it up and put a rush on. Lovington has played very aggressively in the second half, and it has netted them 2 tallies, and they've kept the defense tight. Centering pass off the foot, just kind of dies out at the 20, and then we will have a foul called back at the 25-yard line as going down hard is Salcido. Ray Diesel Salcido, the senior D-man. And it'll be a free kick for the Cats. As Contreras will put it at his own 25-yard line. And we'll send it down the pitch. 5:45 remaining, regulation. All knotted up at 2 here at Wildcat Stadium. Contreras surveys the situation. Awaits the word that it's okay to boot it away. They're signaling the benches about substitutions. Clock continues to move with 5:14. We will have one Wildcat player check in. We'll get his number for you as soon as we have it, and they will free that up, and there is the kick in. The free kick as Gomez was the sub, and then out on the far side. Back over to Clovis. Under 5 minutes to play now in regulation, all tied at 2. Clovis tallied 2 in the first. Lovington got them both back in the second. Fairly early in the second. It's been back and forth since then. So Clovis will inbound it. That one going to bounce over, find its way through. And that will be Messbaugh. Puts a bouncer in on net, and Herrera out of the cage and will make another save. And then back, but a mistake as Clovis able to pull it right back. Messbaugh centering pass to Hernandez. Hernandez back to Messbaugh on the right wing. Looks for a little space. He'll reach out, fire it off the hands of Herrera, but Herrera gets away from him and off of the rebound and into the back of the net. Clovis, with 4:04 remaining, will take the tally. Felix Hernandez at the 35:56 mark of the second will put Clovis up by a score of 3-2. As Peyton Hernandez, who has played extremely well, came out of the cage but just couldn't control that, and it came off of the fingertips and then off of the rebound. Felix Hernandez with the wide open net just took it home. So now 4 minutes remaining plus stoppage time. Lovington has got to find one goal. Hernandez battles in the midfield to Gomez. Gomez over to Gallegos. Gallegos trying to find something in the middle. Clovis just bats it away. Then going to the ground, squibbing it out. That's Nava. Nava to the far side to Mendoza. Hops over a falling Clovis player, tries to split two Wildcats, can't. But it'll be Hernandez who sends a hard shot in, but off of the fanny of one of his own forwards. And Clovis just going to have to send it away, and they do. But back out towards midfield, well, it'll be Lovington's to toss in. Gallegos gives it to Contreras, and he'll do the throw-in to Hernandez. At about the three-quarter mark to Gomez. Gomez to Gallegos in the middle. Gallegos has a little room and sends it just wide of the cage past a leaping Avila. Gallegos already with one tally on the afternoon for Lovington. That one very close to a second, but now we are clicking towards 2 minutes remaining. Plus whatever stoppage time there'll be, Clovis is going to be content to, I have a feeling, just try and get it out and play keep away at this point. So Avila on the free kick to get it back into play as he will take it out up the west seam and to the midfield. So Clovis into keep away mode and a whistle. And we will have a foul called on Clovis as we click down towards the 2 minute mark. Right at midfield, it'll be a free kick for Hernandez. And we will hit 2 minutes right now. So now it'll be Peyton Hernandez, who's played brilliantly on defense today and has also had 4 really good shots on goal. None of them finding the back, but they have been quality touches. As he will send that one down deep into the Clovis side and then off of the head and out. Lovington ball deep within Clovis territory, needing to tally one here late. Alejandro Mendoza on the throw-in, tosses it in, off of the head, off of a second head, and off the crossbar. Lovington misses it by that much. As off of the head of Gallegos, missed it by that much. The Pipes can act as a second goalkeeper, and they do, as we are to 1 minute remaining in regulation. Ooh, and they are calling a foul of some sort. Whistle sounds, and the official going to come over and have a word with one of the Clovis Wildcats. So Avia just waiting for the signal to throw it in. We are under a minute remaining in regulation. As Avia swipes that one through, bounces in. Hernandez sweeps it over, but then it'll be knocked out deep. Back to Lovington, trying to get one more attack. They've got time for that. Bouncing ball up the far side, and Clovis is just going to send that one forward. Then off of the toe of Herrera. Herrera centering pass, trying to get it into the middle, and then booted out by Julian Gallegos, and then out to the Clovis bench. 15 seconds remaining in regulation. Clovis will throw it in, trying to maintain a 3-2 lead. They scored late in this one to take back the lead, and then a whistle and a foul on Clovis. So give it over to Lovington. We are now into extra time. So time for one more rush for the Wildcats. As Clovis controls it. And then over to the far sideline. Clovis gets it taken away by Hernandez. Hernandez to Mendoza. Mendoza to Gallegos. That's Nava who takes it up the far side and then out and off the foot of Nava. We are in stoppage time now. And Clovis with a 3-2 lead. And gonna have time for just one, maybe two more sets. As we'll have a foul called on the inbound, and so it'll be a free kick for Clovis. So Lovington going to try and find one last gasp. As we are into extra time. Clicking into about our second minute of extra time. As Clovis will send it towards the cage from midfield. And Lovington will head it away. Going to try and find a breakaway, and a whistle sounds, and that will do it. And the Clovis Wildcats victorious over the Lovington Wildcats this afternoon. Our final 3-2 for Clovis. 2 goals by Ehab Mesbah, one at the 21:46 mark of the first, and then less than a minute later at the 22:31 mark. He scored the first 2 goals for Clovis, and then the game winner was Felix Hernandez off of a rebound at the 35:56 mark of the second half. Clovis puts 15 shots on goal, and 3 of them find the back of the net. For Lovington, goals were scored by Daniel Alcaraz off of a corner kick at the 1:20 mark of the second half. And then 5 minutes later at the 7:01 mark, Dylan Gallegos put one into the back of the net. That was Lovington's 2 tallies. Lovington with 19 shots on goal. It's a little bit misleading. A lot of those were not real quality shots, but put a lot on. And Angel Avia, the senior keeper for Clovis, stopping everything but those 2. So the Wildcats will just sit back and go, okay, well, time to regroup, as they will fall to 2-5 now on the season. And will, of course, be playing next week. I'll have to look and see for sure when our next Wildcat soccer excursion is going to be. And we will have some girls' games, too. We have had that asked. And, yes, we will have some Lovington Lady Cats for you this season, too. We will be doing as much as we can as time and personnel allow. So let me get the schedule back up. There we go. Next up for the Lovington Wildcats, they'll have a doubleheader here on Tuesday. And then next Saturday, they'll have Carlsbad right here. And I'll have to double check on some of those games and availabilities, but we just keep an eye on our Facebook pages and HobbsAmerica.com for all of the latest. Yeah, we're covering every sport we can for every team in Lee County across our family of streams and stations. Thank you for being with us here this afternoon as the Wildcats fall to Clovis. Our final once again 3-2 for Tiff and Evie, keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square. I'm TJ Miracle from Wildcat Stadium saying so long. This has been an exclusive presentation of New Allmark Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Have a great weekend, everybody.